Hello YouTube and welcome to me trying to build a tank. Take like 10 billion. It's not really a tank, it's more of just an armored vehicle on wheels. I'm not running tracks, well I am, but not for all the wheels. Not for everything, I guess, if that makes sense. I guess it probably makes sense to people who know how tanks work. I don't know how tanks work, so I'm sitting here trying to just make a really heavy vehicle. I'm pretty sure that was a bad idea, but you know, high grip. We'll go 2 times the size, 2 times the size. I want them all like practically touching. These are steer tires, by the way. No power, they're just meant to turn the vehicle. These things just need to have enough traction to turn the vehicle. We might actually double up a few of them. Instead of running this middle one, we'll probably just double these all up. Dually. Then we can add more armor to the center, right? So I just want to make sure these all turn the same way. So I'm going to quickly just place down a helm. And yeah, I'm probably going to time lapse a lot of this video, but I think you guys will enjoy it. What one was that? Oh my god. I want that to A&D. Make sure all these wheels turn the same exact way. Spawner in. So it is a pretty big platform. Anyways, we might want bigger wheels. Okay, so it's inverted. That's not right. Okay. Back to the drawing board. We ever get bigger wheels anyway, sir? These ones are too small. Too small. I do say. So we don't want that. What we're gonna do. That one's on that one, and then where do they collide? One behind, and 2. Those are all facing the same way. No, that would be opposite, wouldn't it? That would be the same rotational way. Okay, let's set these all up again, how we want them, as big as we can get them. Just to make this thing look massive, right? Even if it doesn't actually help us steer too well, we want it to look like a beast of a vehicle. Like, if you've seen something where the front end looked as big as this, you'd probably be worried too, because this is just the building of the front end too. I didn't set the steering up, did I? Like, oh, why is it not steering? Well, maybe if you connected the steering to where you wanted it, it would work right. Oh, thanks someone else who totally wasn't me telling myself that I'm an idiot. Wee. Those all turn the same way? Yes! Exactly what I needed to do. Nice. Okay, so the steering is set up how we want it. We don't need that right now, but the steering is set up. Now we keep working on the size. We're going to want to move this down, because it is going to be a tank. And just like all tanks, we need a motor. And I'm going to make it quiet. That's the scary thing about this tank. You ain't going to hear it coming. These two just have to rotate the same way. The other type the same way. Okay. So the blue rotates it forwards. Blue rotates it forwards, right? That's what I'm viewing there. So then we go like this. High grip. 2, 2, and then we double it down. So right now we're looking at a pretty beefy tank with a lot of ability to steer. More ability to steer than it does armor at the moment. But that won't stay like that for very long. Now that we have all the wedges and stuff we need, this thing will go away quite a bit. Maybe we want to move all those out, because I don't think having all of these is a smart idea right now. Now it weighs nothing. Okay, yeah, we're gonna even this out real quick at the back, because we're gonna build the first of the armor for the wheels and the engine. I'm gonna do the engine first. The engine, it won't have too much armor on its own. It will be kind of like that. I want the game, I don't know what the game's called, but it's a game kind of like Stormworks where you build tanks rather than boats. I want to try that one of these days. Everyone knows the name of that game, I would buy it right on the spot. But since I don't know the name, I can't go and buy it. Okay, and because the tank armor is going to be like that, and then we can go right across with a skid plate looking thing. Right at the rear there, just like so. It gives it that whole drive shaft looking look. And actually adds a lot of detail on top of making it highly more durable. You can't always penetrate 3 or 4 blocks with an explosive. If you're unlucky, yes, it would go straight through this damn thing. But if you're really lucky, and I tend to be very lucky, it won't. What? There. Then there's more armor back here, of course. Boom, boom, boom. You need aerodynamics with armor, so you don't end up, causing too many problems. Oh wait, is this just 4? Okay, we might go like this, and bring it out 2 or 3 more blocks, kind of like so. Now that is definitely looking militaristic. Militaristic? You know what I'm saying, peoples. You know what that means. Then it's actually looking like a military vehicle now. Then we flip that over. We should go to clear it. Oh. This is an encased wheel well for these massive wheels. Like, this is insane. Yeah, it's definitely a tank, I can tell you that much. If this was rolling at me and I looked at it, I would go, well, there is a tank coming towards me. Or a tank-like vehicle substance coming towards me. Oh, I see the never-ending problem I made. That's okay, because if we go... should be able to fix it. There's quite a bit of places where there are weak spots, of course. With every tank, there will be weak spots. Especially in Stormworks. But it's definitely looking like a tank. Definitely looking like a vehicle designed to be shot, blown up, and keep going. Like, you hit that, it might survive. It's got about 1 layer. We should probably double layer it in the back because we have enough space to do so. Just to try and add, see, a little bit more protection. Do we have enough space in the front to do that? We do, actually. We We definitely do have enough space to do that. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just got bored. So that's a very thin, but that's going to be behind some other armor too, right? Like, the front armor's still there. The whole rear, though, we armor that up, and we put all our batteries inside the rear here. Then we might not have to worry about the batteries getting completely obliterated on impact. Of course, it's not as thick as it could be, but still, that is... Then we have our ladders somewhere back here too, so we have to leave that kind of open. But this is now looking like a vehicle. Yeah, it definitely looks like a vehicle from the rear. And this is definitely looking like a tank from behind. Alrighty, so inside of this massive amount of blockage, we will have our batteries. And we will probably armor up the sides too. We will probably actually make it like bunks in here too, maybe if we have time. I don't have unlimited time today because I've forgotten stuff I have to do too. Stuff I have to do today. We probably will double layer the whole side. At least. Maybe even triple. So now you get hit, you might not take too big of a hit. It is meant to be a tank for a reason. And we are going to just fill the inside down here with batteries. Can we go double? Actually, yes we can. Nope, we can't. But yes we can. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have room for people down here. But, you know what, it might be not, this thing's not going to be very fast. This thing's not going to be very maneuverable. But what it will have is armor and the idea. The fear it projects into people. Because, like, if this thing came running at me the way it's set up right now, you would think it was meant to drive through a building. If you've seen that on the side of the road, you'd be like, wow, that thing's going to go through everything. Let alone when it's finished. Oh my, it will be a beefy little majigger bob. Of course, the front and back will be connected, but these powers will power different things. They won't all power the same thing. Nothing will power the same thing. So I'm gonna go into the time lapse here right away here and build a tank. For you guys, this might be maybe a 20-30 minute video. For me, it's gonna be a couple hours. Couple hours. And you won't even know. You won't even know. that's it for the tank, guys. I hope you guys like it. I hope you think it looks pretty mean, because I think it looks pretty mean. I like the way it functions. This is how I always use my guns. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But no, this thing's pretty mean. If you want it, like want to use it or drive it, let me know and I will upload it. I think it looks pretty mean. If you want to make it better by change out the robotic pivots for the other ones, feel free. The ones that like stop partway, feel free to do that. It looks like a pretty mean tank, and I think it's pretty awesome to use. I had a lot of fun just digging around building it, and I hope you enjoyed.